In our last episode of JAG TV this year, we'll make sure you're ready for graduation and take you on a visit of the Whitty on Broadway.
We will also preview some of the end-of-year productions and highlight student hobbies off campus. This is JAG TV.
With graduation happening the day after school gets out, students have very little time to recover their grades. With more on this concern, here's Brandon and Jorge.
Seniors in the theater program at the end of each year have the option to direct a play. In total, there are 4 senior-directed plays, and they will be showing on the 25th and 26th of May in the Black Box Theater.
Finals began on Wednesday, May 24th for seniors and Friday, May 26th for the rest of the school. Seniors take their 1st and 7th final on Wednesday and their 2nd and 8th final on Thursday. Friday is the final for 4th and 6th. Tuesday is the final for 3rd and 5th. Wednesday the 31st is 1st and 7th. Finally, Thursday, June 1st is 2nd and 8th.
Graduation lies only one day after the last day of school this year. 2 weeks ago, Principal Melbridge sent out an email reinforcing how important it was for seniors to stay on top of things.
Well, it really amplifies the need to make sure your attendance is accurate, your grades are good, because there's no option or opportunity to make any of that up because we graduate right after school. And before, we used to be one of the last schools to graduate, so we had several days to work with seniors who were in that predicament. But now that we are the first ones to graduate, the day after school ends, there's no time to work with anybody. So it's imperative that the seniors get their business taken care of because of the fact that graduation is that quick.
If students are unsure whether their grades and attendance are graduation ready, now is the time to check with Ms. Reinhardt.
Counselors verify that those 2 pieces have taken place, that you're in the right classes, and whether you pass or fail, teachers will indicate if you failed through turning in a failure card at the end of the semester for a course that you didn't pass. If it's needed for graduation, then you're informed usually through the teacher and the counselor. And then for attendance, I monitor all attendance for the entire school. So every week I send out letters to kids that need to go to Saturday schools, specific to having more than 9 absences in any one class to make up enough hours of credit to earn the credit.
For JAG TV, I'm Brandon DeBlanc.
Students can keep up with the required rehearsal times on the school website.
The top 3 students in this year's senior class are all headed to UT Austin in the fall. Reed and AJ visited with all 3 grads to learn about their choice.
34 students will be attending the University of Texas this upcoming fall, including the top 3 ranked students in the senior class. And according to these students, the rank of the UT's programs factored into their decisions. Eloise Jewett will graduate 3rd in her class.
I chose UT because it has a good engineering program, which is what I wanted to apply to. I got into the biomedical engineering, and they're ranked, I think, top 15 in the country in engineering.
Number 2 in the 2017 class, Angel Hernandez, thinks UT has a lot more to offer even beyond the academic programs.
I ended up choosing Texas because of a number of reasons. One was the proximity to home. I would be really close to basically where I grew up, like the only life I've ever known. 2, the major I'm going into, chemical engineering. Texas actually has, UT has like the 3rd best program in the country, like better than a lot of the schools I listed, even though it's not considered as prestigious. So the quality of the education there would be excellent, just like the other schools.
Even though opportunities for more prestigious schools were available, UT had something special to offer that connects with the future students.
It wasn't my first choice. It was definitely my first choice in state, but I was applying to a lot of other schools that I consider more prestigious, I guess, but when it came down to it, Texas was actually one of the best programs in the country for the major that I ended up choosing. So,
The biggest reasons that I picked UT over other schools, well, first, the program itself, the engineering program. It's closer to home. Also, SMU, when I visited it, though that was down to those 2. When I visited SMU, it felt kind of impersonal. UT feels like, I don't know, there's always like something going on.
The size of UT can be overwhelming, but some students see it as an opportunity to make some new friends. The campus' highest ranking graduate, Bennett Ramirez, sees the school's size as an asset.
A little bit, yeah. But I'm sure they'll get me somewhere where I'll like where I am. There are a lot of people. That's a good thing about size. The bigger a college is, the more people that are sure to have the same interests as you.
For JAG TV, this has been Antonio Oakley.
If you've been around the cafeteria at lunchtime this week, you may have noticed some interesting events going on, all in an effort to get you through the school year.
During lunch yesterday, students were given the opportunity to relieve stress in a different way.
Our primary job is we go to two elementary schools, Encino Park and Las Lomas, and the counselor and teachers work together and assign children to us. And the children come and read to the dogs. We also go to Franklin Park. That's right up here by In-N-Out Burger. There's assisted living and there's also memory care, and we go up there and we visit people there. They're with Alliance of Therapy Dogs, which is a national organization. They also have AKC Therapy Dog titles, which means they've done lots of different things. Alliance of Therapy Dog, their motto is sharing smiles and joys. That's what they do.
Along with dogs, Johnson is promoting yoga on Thursday as another stress reliever.
It's a very good stress reliever. It's good for controlling your emotions. It's good for calming yourself down with your breathing. With just a few gentle stretches, you can take yourself from 100 to 10. I mean, you can really do so much with yoga.
The yoga instructors will be in the courtyard during all 3 lunches. On Thursday, there will be yoga instructors from YogaFit, and on Friday, there will be a gathering at 8 a.m. to walk the track with frozen fruit bars.
Although cross-country season is over, preseason preparations have begun.
Cross-country season is over, but preseason preparations are just beginning.
I always say no one really likes to do our workouts, or they kind of get shocked with our workouts, but it is what it has to be for, just for us to prepare for competition.
Despite the difficulties of the workouts, the friendships on the team make it worth it.
My favorite part about cross-country is waking up every morning and being with a bunch of people who are really determined to get better and just have a lot of fun with running.
Everyone has their own reasons for joining the team.
Just being around with my friends, pretty much, and just running because I have a passion for it.
It's made me into a better person. I've gotten a lot more friends, older friends. I know Dom and the juniors, seniors that I know, and it's gotten me really out of my shyness.
Cross country may be a tough sport, but being on the team helps many runners outside of the sport.
I'm at cross country, a lot of discipline, time management, camaraderie, dealing with different personalities and adversities. Like I say, our workouts aren't easy, and with that, it does challenge you. It does challenge you to be your best every time, be on time, and do the right things. And so I feel like my job is to do all that. So when you do leave here, that you're prepared for. You may not like everything, but you can manage it and work with different people, situations.
If you're looking for something to do next year, be sure to talk to Coach A for more information. For JAG TV, this has been Dominique Lavigny.
If you're interested in joining, be sure to talk to Coach A.
With the end of the year in sight, Sam and Garrett went to check out who's in a new role in the Johnson coaching staff.
Many JAG athletes have seen some new faces as well as missing old faces on the field and on the court this spring.
We've had a very stable coaching staff at Johnson High School, but we had 2 coaches that took other jobs this year. Coach Peterson left to be the head coach at Madison High School, and Coach Blakeman left to be the head volleyball coach at Navarro High School. So we're excited for both of them and wish them the best. But with that, you have to start filling in those spots. My philosophy is every time we hire a coach to try to make our staff better. I always try to look from within to promote from within. And then ask the coaches that are already here if they're interested in that vacant spot. And if they are, I try to always help them first. And then if not, then we go out and find the best candidate we can.
Although Coach Blakeman is moving on to Navarro High School, she feels she is leaving the program in good hands with Coach Fight.
Well, I think that's a really great opportunity for him, and I'm excited that he got the position because that should be a smooth transition, and he's a great coach and he'll do a great job.
Having worked with Coach Blakeman for the 3 years previous really, showed me a lot of what we need to be doing. She taught me a whole lot about not the volleyball, She taught me a whole lot about the volleyball part, but she also taught me a whole lot about the things that we have to do outside to keep and create a successful program. And those were some of the things that I really walked in, had like no clue. And then after being with her for 3 years, it's really showed me all that extra outside of the sport to help us build a really good competitive program.
With Coach Blakeman leaving, Coach Fox has been promoted to Female Athletic Director. Along with changes in the volleyball program, the football program has seen multiple coaching changes as well.
We've promoted Coach Ricker to be the defensive coordinator. We also are getting to add another coach, and we're going to add Coach Dutson. Coach Dutson also was on our staff previously for probably the first 5 or 6 years that Johnson was open. So he's coming back on staff, and we're real excited about that.
With these new additions, the football program is looking forward to a strong season next year. For JAG TV, this has been Garrett Scott.
To see some of these coaches in action, you can come check out the annual spring game on March 26th at Blossom.
Although the school year is coming to a close, the Jags are still in action.
Sports, we're going to be checking in on baseball, softball, and track. This is JAG Sports. The Johnson Jaguar baseball team advanced to the 3rd round after beating O'Connor in a 3-game series.
It definitely takes everyone's 110% through everybody to go out in there and win. I mean, can't do it by myself, and it takes definitely team effort.
With the baseball team moving on into the 3rd round, Johnson faces Reagan in a 3-game series at Blossom.
Our team chemistry is very strong. We know how to cheer each other up every time we make errors. It'll be a good game. We're doing a 3 series. They're strong and we're strong, so it's going to be a battle.
The Lady Jags fought hard and took 2 hard losses to Brennan. Track had their meet this past Saturday, with Jack Scarborough placing 3rd, Isla Frazier at placing 7th, and the boys 4x1 placed 9th and beat a school record with a 41.5. From JAG TV, this has been Jade Martinez reporting.
This Thursday and Friday, Johnson Choir is holding their annual Pop Show. Here's Andrea and Christian with more.
Pop Show is an annual choir tradition that all students look forward to.
Pop Show is a choir performance where all of our students are singing and dancing at the same time. They get to wear different costumes, and it's a little less formal than a typical choir concert that we have throughout the year.
Pop Show gives choir students a break from their usual work and to enjoy something different.
Oh, I really like the chance for like spotlights, and people can do their own things. So like when you're in a choir, the choir is good, but you don't really like know who is talented or not, because everyone blends, and not in a bad way. Like if you don't know who's talented, but like you get to showcase what you can do.
From 80s songs to today's hits, choir students perform a various range of songs, including solos between acts.
So they learn contemporary songs, things that you might hear on the radio, and then they teach each other dances. Sometimes we bring in choreographers, sometimes me or Mrs. Brown will teach choreography, and sometimes we'll have student-led choreography. So it's many an hour, and it gets a little intense.
Along with having fun, students still have to work hard to learn all of their songs and dance moves.
Well, we have to first learn the song. Then once we learn the song, we have to learn all the choreography for it, and it's just a lot, especially if you're in multiple choirs.
Make sure you come support the Johnson Choir program this Thursday and Friday. From JAG TV, this is Andrea Lawaji.
Tickets are available for $7 in the cafeteria, and the show starts at 7.
There's a new trend not just on our campus, but at campuses all over. Josh and Manny tell us more.
Fidget spinners have been a growing sensation, but with its major popularity, its true purpose may have been forgotten.
I'm also a mom of an 8-year-old and a 12-year-old, and so that's where I experience them the most. They are very interested in them. They want different kinds, different shapes. And I know at their school, their teachers have banned them because they're more of a distraction that they have found than really a benefit.
Although students consider the spinners a fun toy, some teachers say otherwise.
At first, I thought that the fidget spinners were a good idea and that they would be really helpful for students that had some kind of issues with focusing or maybe had issues with constantly getting up. It gave them some kind of way to release energy that in other times would be used for not such good purposes. Now I think that they're kind of annoying. I think that students aren't using them for the purpose that they're meant for, and they're just another distraction.
There are many different styles and colors that people can choose from. To some kids, it is more of a collection than a learning tool.
That they can't seem to get enough of them. They want more and more. It's more of like a collection. My experience as a parent is that it's more of my friends have this, so I want it.
Even though students use them for the wrong purposes, they do work for those who need it.
I think that they can be useful. I mean, and some students, they do work for them. It does help them focus, but I think that for the other students that don't need them, it becomes a big distraction for them.
For JAG TV, this is Josh Keating.
Last year, we checked in with some incoming freshmen about their high school fears. Zara and Megan caught up with them to see how they're coping.
Last year, we interviewed some 8th graders about what they thought high school would be like. This year, we caught up with them to see what their comparisons between expectation and reality.
I'm nervous that a whole bunch of group of people are just talking to me, and I'm mostly shy all the time, so I don't speak that much.
I thought it was going to be scary the first day, which it turned out to be. After that, I met a few people that helped me go along and change everything, so everything went smooth.
I'm nervous that I'm gonna get overwhelmed and not be prepared for my classes.
I remember that I was just really worried about finding my classes and balancing everything, but I'm not as worried about it now. I'm just more comfortable with high school.
It's really big, looks like a college campus, so I'm nervous to go be late to my classes. Also homework, because I don't want to be stressed out every night having to get everything done.
I don't know, I thought it would be really, really hard and then kind of scary not to know where all my classes were, but it's once you got a hang of it, it was so easy. So.
There's a lot of kids, but everyone's one big family.
I thought I was going to be overwhelmed with work, and it's a pretty big school. I thought I was going to get lost, but you get to know the place after a while.
I don't really have anything to be nervous about. Going to high school is just for me, it's just a transition.
So far, it's okay. I like it. Getting the feeling of being in high school, it feels kind of nice. It's like a change from middle school, and it getting the high school experience, and everyone's talking about how fun high school will be and everything, and I'm enjoying it a lot.
For that, it's even though it's big, it's not hard to find your way, and then it's pretty fun, and the education's really good.
It was kind of easy. I made a lot of friends, and the classes weren't as bad as I thought. The homework wasn't bad either.
For incoming freshmen from 8th grade, I would probably tell them it's not as easy as it looks. You got to worry about all your classes, you get a whole bunch of homework, you get a lot, and especially if you're in sports or you're doing any type of extra activity outside of school, it's hard.
When you come to high school, the expectation in your mind is really high, but it really isn't. It's really low, even basketball. I thought I wasn't able to make the team, but then I ended up being in A team, so.
Yeah, working on time management and just making sure that I'm studying enough for all my tests and just using my time wisely and getting all my work done.
Do your homework. Makes everything a lot easier when you don't have missing assignments.
And remember, if you see a freshman struggling next year, try and help them out.
Many students have hobbies outside of school. Paulette and Emily went to focus in on a student who commits his time to judo.
In a small room on a weeknight, you can find junior Liam Wright practicing a sport that you usually wouldn't find on campus.
I first started judo when I was 5 years old, so it's been about 12 years.
He wanted to do judo before he could even walk.
Liam practices 4 times a week for an hour and 30 minutes at Alamo Judo Club.
They consist of first warming up with acrobatics, so handstands, cartwheels, and then we usually throw or do fighting with grips, and we transition into actually fighting each other for competitive reasons.
Judo is a derivative of jiu-jitsu and is unlike any other sport.
What makes it different is that everybody can participate in it, and it's a very competitive sport and physically enhancing as well as mentally.
It's a high contact sport, so you have no bubble around you, you just go full out. Other sports, you have your teammates. Here it's basically all you, so it's a self sport.
Liam has traveled worldwide and has proved to show his dedication.
We went everywhere, to Belgium, to France, to Italy. Then we moved over here, and he's been all over the place. He went to Russia for competition. He has been to Argentina.
His hard work is believed to brighten his future.
Liam has a special gift, and maybe he might not be very good at basketball, but a special gift for judo. He's a very exceptional judoka, and I foresee him eventually qualifying for the U.S. Olympics.
He doesn't get on the mat just because. He gets on the mat because he wants to win.
For JAG TV, this has been Paulette Carry On.
With the new $100 million renovations, Maya and Jaden went to the Whitty to see the new changes.
The Whitty Museum is a place where nature, science, and culture meet. And we're at a beautiful location along the San Antonio River.
After almost 4 years, the Whitty Museum has finally completed its extensive renovations in multiple places, including their HEB Treehouse, Pago's Gallery, and Texas Wild exhibit.
Wow, so the new layout is a huge expansion. I'm sorry I can't remember the exact square footage, but the Whitty Museum, being 90 years old, was actually several buildings within buildings. It had kind of been expanded in the past, and so it was a real challenge for the engineers and the architects and the designers when we expanded this. The new layout is remarkable because I think what we've done is really embrace both the river and Broadway. So these two sort of corridors or lifeways of San Antonio we brought together, bringing the natural environment and the urban environment together.
The HEB Buddy Treehouse has also transformed into the HEB Buddy Adventure, an educational center for both children and adults.
It used to be the HEB Buddy Treehouse, and it was basically a play place more than anything. So I remember kind of being at the age when it wasn't that big for me, and I know it was mostly just kids running around having fun. But now it's turned into this really cool building where people of all ages can come to learn more about their bodies and health. So it's a big change, especially for this building.
If you want to visit the Whitty, it's open 7 days a week and closes at 5 on weekends. From JAG TV, this is Jaden Hurd.
Admission is $12 and it's open till 5 p.m. on the weekdays if you'd like to see the renovations in person.
That's all from us. I'm Hannah.
And I'm Chelsea. And you're watching JAG TV.
Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Paul, back again for another video.
Chelsea would have yelled.
Students can keep up the required rehearsal times. Speak.
Hey. Science rules. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. I said it for like 2. Thanks, Ju,
you're the best.
for putting up with this dynamic duo for 3 years.
Love you.
Ow.